Hey everybody, and welcome back. I wanted to bring you my Jesmon Deck Profile today because I believe that EX03 is going to be an extremely diverse format. Welcome to EX03. So last weekend I played in the Ultimate Cup. From the top cut of that event, there was so many different decks. So technically we are still in like the BT10 and then adding on EX03 because it's kind of a side format. But you have some really cool decks in EX3, like, Command Digimon, and then Blue Nord gets support with your High Mon. I wanted to bring you the Jesmon Deck Profile because one, Jesmon is actually quite accessible. It's not exactly cheap, but you can get the structure deck, which will give you the majority of the cards you need. Now, unfortunately, GX is painfully expensive. It's not too expensive in Ireland right now, it's about €18. But the rest of the cards seem to be pretty cheap, and I do only play one Death X-Mon, spoilers. But you can also replace that Death X-Mon with a cheaper card, a cheaper form of removal. Personal preference, I just tend to put Death X in every deck because I think it's just a great card. Anyway, I'm going to give you the deck profile, and then I'm also going to give you some gameplay in another video. I'm going to pit Jesmon against 3 different decks to show you how the matchup is and to show you how the deck is played. And I'm going to try and do that going forward. If that's something you want to see more of, let me know. Let's get into the deck profile. First off, we have 4 of the Gurimon. When attacking, if this Digimon has 6000 DP more, you get to draw 1, which is really good in a Jesmon deck because sometimes you may be missing 1 or 2 pieces. So even if you can bring up whatever dude you have that's 6000 or more and attack with it, try and get all your pieces to have your other stack built in the back. Really good card, but also drawing to be able to find your sister mons to be able to play them is amazing. Great card. I only play 4 eggs in the deck because I think I always want to see the Gurimon. There's no other one I really want to see. And then into rookies, we have 4 of the Hookmon. The when attacking, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, add all your cards with Sistermon in their names, and place the rest in the bottom of the deck. Very, very good rookie. Always play at 4 if you're thinking of cutting down rookies. Do not cut this one down. This is the one you need the 4 of. The next rookie I'm playing is 4 of the other Hookmon from BT6. Reveal the top 5 cards, add up to 2 Digimon with Hookmon, Jesmon, or Sistermon in their name, and place the rest in the bottom of the deck. Good for searching. Like with any stack deck, you're going to have trouble every now and then trying to find your pieces, but this boy will help you get to your pieces much faster. A very good card, and that is why we play 4 of him. Now I am playing one of the structure deck Hookmon. When you play Digimon with Sistermon's name, gain a memory. It's kind of cool effect, but it's the DP boost I only play him for. You could change this into a different Digimon, like maybe a Solarmon or something else, but I just play it for the name, the searching, being able to add a Hookmon to get your stack going. Even if it's not the most optimal stack, I do still think that having that extra little bit of DP boost is very important. Then I'm playing 1 Solarmon, just a bit of utility. I would play this at more if the Crossheart deck was still viable, but thankfully it is not. So we are going with Solarmon. Players can't reduce play costs. It still is really good against Blue Flare, and it can still be good against a lot of other decks. You could also use this spot, depending on the meta in your area, for any of the other floodgates. Chuck a Gazimon in if you want. Whatever you want to put it there. But I like Solarmon, I think he's cool. Moving on to our Sistermons. I am playing 4 of the Sistermon Blank the Blocker. I have found, especially in my meta currently, that blockers are super valuable. So you get a draw and you get a blocker off this girl. Obviously, if you have the Hookmon or Royal Knight in play as well, is when she gets blocker, and then she gives all Sistermon blocker. But when I was playing her at less than 4, I found that I was always like, oh, I'd really like a Sistermon Blanc here to give everything blocker, because red, as we know, does not really recover that much unless you use the Awakened, but I do think a blocker is really good, and you can, every time you play her, you get your draw, which is very nice. I'm playing 2 of the Sistermon CL. Being able to play her and gain a memory is really cool, so she either plays herself for a cost of 3, or if she's played off an effect, she actually gains you a memory, which can be the difference between passing over your turn and keeping it on your turn as well. A very good card. I do play her at 2, and then with the Blanc she becomes a blocker as well. I'm playing 2 of the Sistermon CL. I was playing her at 1, but I did bump her up to 2 because of her on-play effect. Because when you play her off of, say, a Jesmon or the Jesmon X, for example, she can be the bridge that brings you straight up to the GX. If it's your turn, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Royal Knight in its traits in your hand for its Digivolution cost. So it just means like straight away you can Digivolve. So it's kind of like an X antibody of sorts. And then when one of your Digimon Digivolves into a Digimon with Huckmon or Royal Knight in its traits, gain a memory. So she does gain you back a memory. So that's why you do not need any memory fixing tamers in this deck. They're not bad to have. You can have it, but I do have reasoning why I don't play any tamers. I'll get to that later. And then the last Systemon I'm playing is the Trash 1 to Draw 2. I love this effect because you can trash 2, hopefully adding some Systemons into your grave. But also she has Decoy, so when one of your other Digimon will be deleted by an opponent's effect, you can delete this Digimon to prevent that deletion, so she can protect your big boy. On to our level 4s. I am playing 4 of the structure deck Bao Huckmon. When a Digimon has Huckmon as name or Walnut as trait, it gets an extra 1000 DP. So having those DP boosts is very cool to be able to get over a lot of Digimon. And I'm playing 4 of the Bao Huckmon from BT6, which is a very good card, definitely a 4 of. Digimon with Systemon in its name and play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5000 DP or less. This came up for when you're going against a deck that has floodgates out on the board. So for example, the Pomamon in Bloom Lordmon says you can't play Digimon by effects, which means when you're attacking you can't play your Sistermons. So when you're attacking, use this to get rid of the Pomamon, then you can bring out your Sistermons. Very, very good card. On to our level 5s. I'm playing 4 of the structure deck Savior Huckmon. When Digivolving, you can attack unsuspended Digimon for the turn. This is really cool because if you go into him and then go into the Jesmon that has Blitz, you can attack over really big dudes. But also when attacking, if it has a Royal Knight in its traits, which you will, you can play one Digimon card with Sistermon and its name from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost. The trash is really good here because any of your Sistermons that have been deleted, I mean, you can block with them, let them die, and then just bring them back again. So I do really like this Savior Huckmon. And of course, if a card is on the limited list, you have to play it because it is on it for a reason. So when Digivolving, you can play a Sistermon from your hand, which is insane in the first place. And then of course, when you are attacking, you can, and if you have a Digimon with Sistermon its name and play, you can unsuspend this Digimon, so unsuspend your big boy and go again. So a very, very cool card. Or if you're in the GX, you can unsuspend it and then your big boy has blocker. The last level 5s I'm playing is the Chimeramon. Sometimes if you do not see your level 5s, it happens every now and then, you can actually just use 2 of your CLs to go into the Chimeramon and chuck a red dude underneath so you can go into your big boy. I think it's a really cool bridge. Might even be worth bumping it up, but I do like it at 1 at the moment. Just for those games where you need the bridge, and also his minusing DP from other Digimon is kind of a cool effect. Then into our level 6s. So the boy himself, we have our Jesmon from the structure deck. A really cool card. So when you Digivolve into him, he has Blitz. And then when attacking, you can play 1 card with Sistermon and its name from your hand without paying its memory cost. So what I usually do is go through all the effects first, and I tend to use that one last because sometimes I don't have enough Sistermons in my hand and I need to use my Huckmon, for example, to get my Sistermons so I can play out that. But when you do play another Digimon by effect, this Digimon gains plus 3000 DP and gains security attack plus 1 for the turn, which is really cool. A really nice card, and you play him at 3 because we have quite a high end count. Then I'm playing 2 of the Jesmon X antibody. You can go into Jesmon for 0, which is nice. Love that. And then when Digivolving, you may play 1 Digimon card with Sistermon its name from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost. Then if Jesmon's in this Digivolution card, or if you have a Sistermon, until the end of your turn, all of your Digimon may also attack unsuspended Digimon and they get plus 2000 DP. So a DP boost, you can attack unsuspended Digimon. Hopefully he'll already have the Jesmon underneath for when we go into the GX, because I'll show you in a minute. But another really good card. Now sometimes you do have to go straight into the X antibody without seeing your Jesmon. It happens every now and then. Just make sure you have a Sistermon on board. And also he has piercing. Now I'm playing 2 Gankumon X Antibody. You don't usually use this to digivolve into. I'm sure there are games when you kind of have to digivolve into him, but for the majority of the time you do not want to digivolve into him. You can chuck him in the trash if you have him in your hand and have the Sistermon that allows you to trash and draw to, or keep him in your hand. That is totally fine. His when digivolving effect is important. You can play 1 Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your hand or trash without paying its cost. Then if you have Gankumon, which you won't, which is fine. So if you have a Sistermon in its name in play, until the end of your opponent's turn, all of your Digimon get plus 2000 DP, and your opponent's effects can't return them to the hand or deck or reduce their DP. Now that is very important. Not being able to return your Sistermons to hand or to the deck or reduce their DP means decks like where Garurumon can't bounce them back to the hand, which is awesome. And then the absolute big boy himself, we're playing 2 of the Jesmon GX. So when digivolving, you can place a card with Royal Knight in its traits and a play cost of 13 or less from your hand or trash under this Digimon as its bottom Digivolution card. So this is the one you'll be using. Majority of the time, it gets Blitz, and then all turns when it has the Royal Knight. So you have your Ganku X Antibody, which is a Royal Knight. Your Jesmons are Royal Knights. And if it has that in its Digivolution cards, it gains Piercing, Blocker, and Security attack for each Royal Knight. Each Royal Knight. Not just 1 plus 1 security attack. So if you have a Jesmon X, and a Ganku, it gets security attack plus 3, which is crazy. Then, as I mentioned in the intro, I'm playing 1 Death X-Mon. You can replace this with Crimson Blaze. You can replace it with Gaia Force. Anything that you have if you don't have the Death X, because I do understand how expensive they are at the moment. But if you do have a Death X, splash it in there. It's a really good card for just getting rid of wide boards. I absolutely love it, but like I said, it's not necessary. You can play alternatives. I'm playing 2 Crimson Blaze. The fact that you can reduce this card by 1 for each Digimon your opponent has in play is really cool. So if we're going into decks like Bloom Lordmon, they tend to go very wide. You can probably play this card for free sometimes, and the majority of their small dudes are under 6000 DP, so you will be killing quite a lot. Also, the under 6000 DP is very important because the majority of floodgates are under 6000 DP. So, and then your opponent can't play Digimon by effects until the end of their next turn is also really cool because this card is really good into the mirror matchup. So again, meta depending, you could play more or less of this. Then I have 4 from Master to Disciple, an insane card. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add a card with Huckmon or Sistermon in its name or Royal Knight in its traits, and trash the rest. So you're filling up your graveyard with Sistermons and Gankumon or Royal Knights, whatever you want. Then it gets Delay. So the next time one of your Digimon would Digivolve, this turn reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. A really, really cool effect. And also when it is in security, it does all of that in security as well. So it's not like a regular memory boost that you just chuck into your battle area. It also goes off in security. So it is a 4 of because being able to Digivolve up into your dudes for really cheap is important. And then I am just playing the 1 red memory boost. Just sometimes you're missing pieces and you need to find them. This will help you find your pieces, and also you've got the delay to gain 2 memory. So always very nice. Now I'm not playing any tamers specifically because like you do have the memory boosts and they will help you get up into your pieces fast enough, but also I am wary of security control in my current format. Security control means Venusmon, and Venusmon means if you have a Digimon with security attack plus 1, then you are more than likely going to have your Jesmon switched off, which kind of sucks. So that was the deck profile. If you have any suggestions on how you would change it, please feel free to type them in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And like I said, I will have the gameplay footage available within the next few days. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.